The void, but somehow different this time.
Surprised I can pull you into this place? The outsider marked me long ago. I made you flee your precious tower and turned your father into cold stone. How difficult for you. But when I was young, sweet Jessamine and I were close as sisters, sharing a secret. Emperor Kaldwin had another daughter, born in shame to a kitchen maid.
Am I dreaming? If not, how is Delilah doing this?
I told you when you're older. Perhaps next year.
You said that last year. Jessamine is younger than me, and she's a court every day.
Jessamine is, well, it's complicated. We'll understand someday.
What did I do? I'll be good. I swear.
Next year, I promise.
Jessamine and I played games in the tower, but at night I'd go back to the servants' quarters to cockroaches and thin gruel. Emperor Daddy would visit and tell me if I was good. Next year I'd be old enough to come to court to be a princess. Then one day, pretty Jessamine broke something worth a fortune, and the spy master caught us. She claimed I did it, and he whipped me in the garden house until I bled. My mother lost her kitchen job, and that night we were out on the streets with no place to sleep.
I didn't break it.
Would you like to tell me who did?
We were just playing.
Young lady Jessamine, what is your account?
It was her. Delilah's wife. She broke it.
Mother and I saw the nastiest parts of Dunwall, ending up in debtor's prison. Jessamine died quick on an assassin's blade, but my mother lingered for weeks after a fat guard broke her jaw. They threw me out when she died. I looked up at the lights of Dunwall Tower and swore revenge. Washing bedsheets in a brothel, I painted on the side, until Anton Sokolov took me as a student. That's the polite word for it. I was crafty even before the outsider marked me, and survived the worst the Empire could offer. Now it's your turn.
My mother's sick. She needs help.
Your mother kicked off while you were out begging. She's another bag of bones now, girl.
What? No!
Your sentence is served and you'll be tossed out with the others. You can't stay here anymore.
It's hard to know whether my dear old aunt is telling the truth or not. When I saw what they'd done to Anton Sokolov, I wanted to hurt everyone who'd helped Delilah and the Duke of Serkonos pull off their coup. Sokolov is the man who made whale oil into a weapon, who turned back the plague, and now he's barely able to speak. The hands that painted the most powerful men and women of our time shake too badly to hold a spoon. When he does talk, he's going to give me a name. The next step along the way to Dugluka Abel, then Delilah herself. A name. That's all I need.
Even in the void, if only I could do more.
Mother? That wasn't a dream, was it?
Am I to blame for Delilah's bitterness?
All this is her doing, and she'll die for it.
Our decisions have weight. I feel my time drawing to an end soon.
For a man of his age, Sokolov's making better progress.
Anton, you've had 3 days to rest. Tell me how to kill Delilah.
They tortured him. His body is covered with bruises.
Delilah has the throne, and my father is missing. This is Anton Sokolov, the greatest mind in the Empire.
No, Emily. Megan is right. I can make electricity move from one side of the room to the other, but Delilah is beyond my understanding. When I came to Sarkonos, I meant to leave everything behind. But when the assassination started, I couldn't ignore it. By the time Megan and I connected the murders to the Duke, it was too late. The Crown Killer came for me. It kept me alive from my knowledge, but I saw things. Jindosh often had a visitor, Brianna Ashworth.
She's the curator of the Royal Conservatory.
Yes, Ashworth is dangerous, as obsessed with the occult as Delilah. Apparently, she's working on a device called the Oraculum.
There's more to her than either of you know.
If Ashworth is one of Delilah's lieutenants, I need to eliminate her. Who knows what this device is capable of, or what she's up to. Delilah. My aunt, if that's really true. She has a twisted way of looking at the world.
We'll take the skiff. I don't want to bring the dreadful whale any closer than we have to. There is a small dock in Syria Gardens, close to the conservatory. That's as far as I can take you. Ready to go?
Yes, let's go.
There'll be a Grand Guard presence outside the Royal Conservatory. Inside, be prepared for anything. Ashworth runs with an eclectic crowd. They'll be the real danger.
Someday I'd like to know more about how you met Ashworth.
I know you would. Trust me. Ashworth is important to Delilah. Which brings up something else. You might be able to exploit the Abbey of the Everyman in removing Ashworth from play. Turns out the Vice Overseer in Karnaca has been watching Ashworth from a hidden outpost near the Royal Conservatory. Check it out first if you want more options. Remember, if she's still working with Delilah, Ashworth is a grave threat.
Thanks, Megan. See you soon.
Refurbishing a gazebo.
I don't get it. When I went to Dunley, I brought back a Rivercross shelter and this ashtray. Because it reminds me of good times. But what's the point of buying wood from a country you never visited?
Lady Shersha has money, so she gets the wood she wants.
Better off in the void.
What's that?
You hear that?
What's going on?
Somebody's down!
So let's see. What
I'll have a look around. Let's see what you got. Don't let her escape! Tell me to collect this back!
I'm with you!
What are you waiting?
Wait for my signal!
Take your club at your command!
This
Wait
head of
for
yours
an
is worth
opening.
its weight in silver.
No use running!
See any way to reach her!
Come on!
Come here and fight, coward! You won't get away! Kneel down to your betters! I wonder who that was. Can't go far.
What's going on? Part-time, part-time. Gotta be on the lookout. One night. I heard one flash for a second.
Brianna Ashworth, curator of the Royal Conservatory. For a while, I believed Ashworth had some connection to the occult in Karnaca. Something is happening that I don't understand. The overseers are the forward face of the Abbey, but equally important to our assistance from the oracular. To be direct, I suspect something is wrong with their search. Some changes to the types of proclamations they've been making. Small, but following deviations from tradition.
X, Y's, and Z's. Now I got my A's and Z's. Tell me what you think of me.
Is it possible that Ashworth has infiltrated the oracular order?
So Vice Overseer Byrne thinks Ashworth is interfering with the oracular order. If true, it's another reason she has to be eliminated.
What? Damn it! My helmet!
Did I imagine that? No, I'm sure. I wonder who that was. Feels wrong.
Just gotta watch my own back.
I wonder what I'm dealing with.
What? This whole business has me on pins and needles.
Yeah.
Anyone here?
No way!
Show yourself.
Time to collect this. You aren't going anywhere.
I just need to make sure.
Brothers and sisters of my blood. Someone there. Back here. How did you do that? Ruler, Delilah Baldwin, first of her name. May she reign forever. Her claim to the throne.
Where is she, damn it?
I'm not in the mood. Show yourself. You don't stand a chance anyway.
Sometimes I remember the breeze on my skin.
Look at you, leaving a trail of bloody boot prints across this dying...
Who opened this door?
Everywhere.
Maybe the wind or something.
Yeah, let's get him down soon. Interest or not, he's gonna bleed all the same.
Good, like, broken glass.
Come on! I don't have time for games.
questions, restrict your mind. Let me answer all of this rousing at once. Disloyalty will not be tolerated. A man who won't stop until he has turned every bit of this land silver into shiny coin. I asked him to double the number of mine workers. Somebody's down. No questions, no complaints. Karnaka needed miners, and he produced thin air. Out of thin air. That's the Serkonian spirit. That's the Serkonian spirit.
Hello? What's going on here?
One.
Ladies and hunters of slithering things in the hours before dawn. Milkmaids, magistrates, come before me and bow. Oh, sir!
I need to find out how a sword through the heart wasn't enough to kill our new Empress, Delilah.
Poor Lucinda. She wanted to the blood briar, but cannot. After trying to make greyhounds for weeks, she gave up. You should have seen.
That's just the way it is, dear Parmelia. Delilah wears the outsider's mark, and some of what she can do flows down to us.
It doesn't seem fair.
Think about working your fingers raw, weaving nets, or raising cows to slaughter. Any of the gifts we receive is better than living under the boot.
That's true and fine. A wise way to look at things. But it won't help Lucinda rise any higher in Delilah's favor.
So you're back?
Deserve the gift of
I'll
magic!
find you. I wonder how it lasts minutes. Still no bullets for the likes of you.
Child, born into a silk-padded cradle. I'll never understand what she meant to me.
I've got goose flesh all over my arms. That's what happens when you're scared. If our mistress hears you looking at her old journals and annoying. The constant noise. At least they keep the curious away.
Our mistress likes them where they are, so you'll have to tolerate them.
Yes, but sometimes I want to smell.
Huh? What? This is a fun...
After Delilah fell to the assassin Dowd, her magic was lost, and the coven scattered. I made a new life in Karnaca.
What's that smell? Is it the fountain? Yeah, the water gets nasty sometimes. It flows from the fountain to the conservatory basement. There was work being done, so there's a grate missing. Makes an animal called him and he died.
No, Gus, is she?
You think someone else?
I'll check around here.
So it's done.
Ashworth won't be a problem anymore.
Good. But Emily, there's something else. Back when I lived in Dunwall, I did things that I'm not proud of.
Isn't that a requirement for citizenship?
What I've got to say is not a joke. I knew Delilah and Ashworth. Bought into their bullshit. Which led me down a bad road. To be honest, before all this, I thought Delilah dead. I don't want to get into it right now. But I felt like you should know. There are things I regret.
You never know who to trust, do you?
Everybody makes mistakes, Empress. You'll have to tell me all your secrets someday. Are you ready to leave now?
Yes, let's go. Take me back to the Dreadful Whale.
Another step toward the Duke of Serkonos and Delilah.
For several years, Delilah's been here, getting stronger, turning people against me. Why didn't I see it coming? What was I doing during that time? Pretending to listen at court, ruling through an army of bureaucrats, waiting for the next chance to get free of Dunwall Tower. Well, now I'm free. If only I could go back. Aramis Stilton was once an ally of the Duke, the owner of Karnaca's mines. Stilton lived in a fortified bunker at the heart of the Dust District. No one's seen him for years, since around the time Delilah started making her moves. But whether Stilton's alive or dead, his home holds the key to Delilah's immortality.